Alright, I think I got a good, pretty okay, maybe mid strat here, but this is what I'm thinking. So we're gonna do just a tiny extension. Maybe it won't be, maybe it is. But then we're gonna have 3 roamers upstairs and 2 guys anchoring inside. Okay, but so the people anchoring inside are gonna be Castle and Smoke, and then the others roaming are gonna be Frost, Aruni, and thinking maybe wamai or some shit, bro. Any roamer, because I want the roamer to like not have like the utility that's gonna require placing things down. Like, you know, like I don't want someone placing things down to end up becoming the roamer. I kind of want the roamer to kind of help set up the site for the anchors downstairs, while the guys like the Frost and the aruni go straight upstairs setting that shit up. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we have the wamai or some shit, whatever roamer, bro. It's whatever roamer, bro. And they just kind of help with the smoke and the castle making this trap. So I'm gonna explain what castle has to do first. So castle will come here, reinforce this. Maybe the smoke is already making the rotate, or you make the rotate. Once you do that, you make this rotate, and you come here and you place your second one. Then you go over here, make this rotate, you come here, boom, place your third one. And then if you have any time, you're gonna go over here and you're gonna reinforce these 2. I don't know if you will have time, but if you do have time, you might as well. And then you'll play here for like a couple seconds, bro, honestly. And then if you feel like you're like, and then put a beeper right here, put a beeper right there. And if you feel like, you know, you're getting pushed out a little too much, you know, you're getting pushed a little hard, just drop this shit, get the fuck out, come here and reinforce this wall. That's kind of what you're doing, and you're kind of just playing in here. You're just, at first you'll play here, you know, do whatever the fuck you need to do, and get the fuck out of here and come play right here. So that if you need that, you need that. And I might make it so that this is reinforced instead, and then I rotate here, because if someone swings you here, you can come here and then swing after. Whereas if you come here, you're kind of showing yourself. So it's kind of reinforce this one and then rotate right here, so that you can, you know, play off of it like this, and then you could play off of it like this and like this. You could even play it further away. Cause I think you're kind of gonna have to play it out, and like, but like you could play an angle. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think maybe like a, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know what to do about it, bro. Honestly, I really don't. But honestly, if this is like, if you guys think this is a problem, we can just remove one from here, make it a feet holes, and then, you know, later on, if you think it's getting difficult, then you reinforce it. But at first I wanted to rotate so that you can get out safely. You see how you can get out safely by going through this way? Then you can just pop it up. So it's a lot better. But you're gonna try to hold this area as long as possible. This hatch will be reinforced, okay? Reinforced, not open. I kind of made a mistake on the upstairs side, but it's whatever. It's gonna be reinforced. And so that's your job. You're gonna try to, you know, stop anything from there. And now the wamai or whatever, he's just gonna come straight here, reinforce this, get up on out of here, reinforce, no, don't do that one. Come here, and then reinforce this, and then, you know, whatever you need to do. And that's kind of all you have to do. If you have, and then you kind of will just play with castle for a second, So obviously he will castle barricade this, but you're gonna go over here, you're gonna go upstairs, you're gonna watch out for anything happening. You know, you're gonna try to like hold this area a little bit too. If they're, you know, this is the hatch we won't reinforce to. So you're just kind of like gonna play here, and then you'll just come here if you need to. Kind of use like impact grenades so that you can just escape any area as possible. And now you're gonna be playing. You're gonna be sitting with the other two, and you're kind of just like throwing things. You're gonna throw like wamai gadgets here, some shit. Throw them like right there or right here. You're gonna try to be as useful as possible. Okay, and that's kind of the strat the wamai has to do. Now the frost and the aruni. You guys are gonna come straight up here, pop this one, reinforce this wall. I don't know. I don't know anything about what I should do here, low-key. Maybe even reinforce this wall and then head holes here, and then don't reinforce this wall, just reinforce the middle one, head holes here, and kind of just like play like right here, just watching what's happening there. You know, reinforce this one, pop this one, and then you'll play right here. Frost will play right here, and you'll place. Well, alright, I forgot about the first thing. You're gonna play a first one. You're gonna play one over here. You're gonna play a frost mat there. You're gonna also play a frost mat right here, and you'll kind of like play a frost mat. Not kind of. You will play a frost mat right here. That's like in the beginning of the run when we're leaving. You go straight to this window, place that shit there, come up, place the second one right here. If you feel like it's not worth putting it there, then you could put it like near these stairs where, you know, like if these guys are gonna come down, they're gonna like, maybe they're gonna swing. I don't know, it's kind of, I don't think you could do anything about this, but I think definitely there. And then your third one is gonna be over there, and then you're gonna put your shield right here. You're gonna put your shield right here, and then now you're just gonna hold it from here. You're gonna hold anything from all the way back here. You know what I'm saying? Like holding everything. You could hold a lot of things from here. Well, you're gonna try to, at least. You know, whatever's going on. And obviously your weak points is this door and this door, so that's why we have the aruni playing here. Now the aruni's weakness is obviously getting this shit blown up and her flank, so that's the whole point of wamai, kind of just flowing here, over there, and you know, just kind of watching out for the aruni's back, and you know, watching this hallway. So the aruni is gonna put barbed wire here and barbed wire here, and she's gonna renegade. She's gonna renegade this. She's gonna renegade this, and she's gonna renegade this, so that, you know, when they're pushing, and so that this bitch can hear this. I might just put the barbed wire right here too, just in case, so that if she does hear it, she can just shoot the feet holes. And obviously this is your only way back to site. So because I have this hatch open here, so that they can watch any like rushes on this side, because honestly for the downstairs team, the weak side is actually here. They could easily get flooded right there, so that's kind of like the problem. I feel like maybe if we hold it from here, it'll help out a little bit. But even like the vert is not really that good. Like, you know, the hatch is like low-key terrible. It's like really terrible. But you can at least like hold a push here, so that, you know, your smoke that's gonna play like right here kinda doesn't, you know, get fucked in the ass. And he'll call things out, you know. But that's kind of the strat here. This needs to be reinforced 100%. And so this reinforce, you reinforce this one instead of this one. And that's kind of the fix there for the site setup. And that's kind of it really. And you're kind of just like watching things. You're just, you know, the wamai is gonna be flanking around. He's gonna be roaming. He's gonna piss people off. It could be anybody. It doesn't even have to be wamai. It could be any roamer. But as long as the roamer doesn't have like util that has to be placed automatically, you know, like how Castle needs to place a lot of his util first, and Mute has to place his shit first. That's the reason I don't have Mute down here and Smoke instead, because Smoke doesn't have that much util to, you know, worry about, so he can just set up site immediately. So obviously the Smoke will also play like beepers. You're gonna try to you're gonna have to put your beepers here. Put your beeper here, so you know if they're pushing from those stairs. And then obviously put your beeper here. You know, I might call this first. Put the castle here, actually, and then beeper there. And then the castle will play his beeper on that stairs, and then he will also play his beeper kind of just as they're walking in. So like there. A lot better. And plus, if he gets in this room is kind of like better to hold. So like, okay, they push into that side, so now you kind of just like know they're there, so you kind of like can sit here. At the end of the day, you know what, don't castle barricade this one. Keep your last castle barricade and use it to one you think is gonna help you out the most. So like, obviously just end up using it here. Now you can hold this like beautifully, and they would have to punch this, so now you could like literally move out. You could be free as hell, but you'd obviously be trapped, but you still have this crossfire. That the Smoke can, you know, use to his advantage too. If he plays here, boom, crossfire. Smokes this off, you know, smokes this off so that there's no push there. Also, your teammates are watching it from upstairs. Obviously, if your teammates are also getting smashed from upstairs, that kind of tells you where you need to go. You kind of just now need to flow here and kind of help them out. Your job isn't just to also sit inside. It's kind of just like, you know, figure out where the attack is. 2 anchors just in case they're flooding the site. 3 roamers just to help the, you know, the take upstairs. And 1 literally just flanking the whole time. So that's kind of what I think is good. Obviously, it's not an easy strat. I don't think this is an easy one at all, bro. You've got to take the anchors to be one of our best players on the team, and the rest of the roamers kind of have it like good for them. In a way, not really too good for them, but you know, in a way, it's kind of good for them. And so that's what I think is helpful. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this doesn't suck, but it probably does, you know, but it's okay, bro. We do what we can, man. We do what we can.